Okay, although the lazy girl jobs are all over the TikTok and social media, it's the rage, you know. Statistics do show that women are more ambitious than ever. 81% of women say they want to be promoted to a higher level this year, up from 70% in 2019. With women continuing to pursue their growth and development in the workplace, it is important, more important than ever, for women to help each other. So how do we do that? Ellen Taaffe is the author of The Mirrored Door, Break Through the Hidden Barrier That Locks Successful Women in Place. And she joins us right now with 3 ways that women can help women in the workplace. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Hi, Anita. So glad to be here with you.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about something I think a lot of us do very well. I think women do networking, but it's not a chore because a lot of people, they go, I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk to that person, but you got to do it. It's necessary, right? Tell us how important it is to engage with other women and more particularly the right women. And what questions do you ask?
Yeah, so you hit it right. One of the things we have to do is rethink how we think about networking. So often women don't realize that it's so important. Perhaps they're first generation in the family. They have no one in the world of business. They have no one advising them how important it is. And so they think of it as manipulative or dirty. They're cringing. We have to switch from cringe inducing to connection building, which women usually are pretty good at. So one of the things we have to do is figure out, what do we want to network about? Where could we get some mentoring? And how do we get specific about the asks that we make?
I want to ask you something, and this is maybe you weren't prepared for this question, but I'm going to ask you this because I find it this way. I feel like men take the emotion out of things, and it is what it is. Boom, boom, boom. And women, we always tend to feel like we got to massage things when we go to our boss. Like we got to explain things. Like it's kind of like, I don't know if it's we find ourselves doing that, but if we went in and just said it just like a man does, how different would the reception be on the other end?
I think it would be strong. I think you're onto something, that so often we overthink things, and it's a form of taking way too much time when we do ask for what we want. And it leads us holding back. But part of my concept in the book of The Mirrored Door is that we reflect inward and think we're not ready or not worthy, when we really are. We're so much more ready than we think. And we can borrow from the men in our lives and see how they go at things much more directly.
Okay, so men do, speaking of men, they network a little differently. How do they how do they do that differently and apparently better than women have been doing it for a while?
Well, in both cases, networking takes building a bigger network of people who are connected. So both men and women do that really well. But the most successful women, the way we do it differently is that we build deeper relationships with a close-knit group of women that give us a kind of a private information, the intel, the insider tips. So if we're looking for a job, it's a chance to find out, what's it like working in that industry or that company, or perhaps even that boss. And that's what the most successful women do. We need that to help us go into situations that might be new for us, or where we might be the only woman.
Well, Ellen, I want to thank you for coming on this morning to talk more about this. Ellen Taaffe, the author of the book called Mirrored Door, Break Through the Hidden Barrier That Locks Successful Women in Place. Great tips there.
Thank you so much, Anita.
All right, it is.